So again, we'll just see the gist of the space and time complexity today and few more examples. So as already we have studied about performance analysis, we have two, priori and posteriori. So priori means we are studying about the algorithms and posteriori means we are studying about the programs. Okay. So here our emphasis and our subject is design and analysis of algorithms. So this is performance estimation, which we call it as performance analysis. So the programming languages comes under posteriori testing. Okay, that is performance measurement. So under performance analysis, so the first four subheadings we get space complexity, time complexity, asymptotic notations, practical complexities, and performance measurement. Okay, so moving on to the first one, space complexity. So as we have already learned, space complexity is nothing but the fixed part and the variable part. So remember, the fixed part is something where the input and output variables, and variable parts is nothing but specific to a particular problem. So the stack memory space for local, global variables and all comes under variable part. Okay. So here examples we have taken the space complexity for this. So since only one return statement is there, that is output, and three inputs are there, so total four we get. So that we represent it as constant. We write constant as order of one, O of one. So moving on to example 2. So here the space complexity, how many number of inputs? So for array A, how many inputs are there? N inputs. So n plus, so n may take at any time 2, 3 and so on, some number which requires only one word. So n plus this A plus A array takes n units or n words, and n takes one word, so n plus 1, and s as one word, so n plus 2, and I as one word, n plus 3. So this is n plus 3. So we write greater than or equal to n plus 3. Greater than is for if more space is also there, then there won't be any kind of issues. But it should not be less. So equal to means at least. So greater than means more than that. So at least and more than n plus 3, this algorithm is needed. Okay. And since this is the recursive algorithm, so the depth of the recursion is n plus 1, and at every recursion we need three words of space. One is for n, and one is for the return address, and one is for the pointer. So that is why 3, and the depth of the recursion is n plus 1. So this n plus 1 times, how many times it goes on till the base condition, we don't know. But every recursive function, so it is having uh, 3 words of space. So that's why we write 3 greater than or equal to 3 into n plus 1. So these are the space complexities what we have studied. So moving on to time complexity. So time is nothing but it's the combination of the compilation time and runtime of the algorithm when it is implemented. So here compilation time means it won't depend on the variable characteristics. So that's why it is not under much considered. But whereas runtime, so which is depending on the characteristic, how much time it takes, each statement, how much it takes. So all that comes under runtime. So here this runtime, for comments, the execution time it will be 0, and for every statement it will be 1, and for assignment it will be 1, and all the for loops or any loop, not only for loop, any loop, repeat until, while, all other loops also, do while and all. So everything will take n plus 1. N is for the number of elements, but whereas that plus 1 is for failing condition. Okay. So that's how we are tracing out the time complexity for every algorithm. So if we take example 1 for time complexity here, so the return statement, so the execution, so algorithm reading and all it won't take. So it is returning, doing some action here. So the time is spent here in order to calculate this. So that means that is This is considered as one statement. So one statement take 1 unit of time. So that's why we say 1. The time complexity of this problem is 1. So either 1 or 1 lakh or whatever may be the number, the numerical value, we say it as constant, and that we represent it as O of 1, order of 1. Okay. So then moving on to second example. So as already I was telling you about this. So again, let's see here. So S is equal to 0 since this is assignment. So it takes 1. And for loop, as already I told you, n plus 1. N is for the number of elements and plus 1 is for failing condition. Okay. And whatever the statements are there within the loop, it takes n times. Okay. And then this return statement is 1. So total how much you'll get? Here 1 and here n plus 1. So n plus 2 and here n. So 2n plus 1 and this is n. So 2n plus 3 total. Okay. So here that's how we are getting time complexity as 2n plus 3. So that is whatever may be the constant. So now you might be understanding when the terms of n polynomial is coming in the time complexity of space or time complexities. So we are going to avoid all the constants. We just concentrate on this polynomial value, whatever the degree it is. So n is the polynomial and its degree is 1. So we write the time complexity as order of n. So here also for space complexity we write order of n. And here also we write the space complexity as O of 1, order of 1 constant. Here since n is there, O of n. And in time complexity of also O of n. Okay. So here this is the general concept. But as I told you, the time complexity can be done in two ways or two different methods. First one is frequency count method. Frequency count method is, so just saying this statement takes 1 unit of time, for loop takes n plus 1, and this takes as n unit of time, and this takes as 1. So all this by taking each and every one in line, how much units of time it is taking. So that is called frequency count method. So that's how we got this 2n plus 3. Okay. So the second one is step count method. In a step by step process or in a table form, we are going to do step count method. So frequency count method already I told you and how we got. So step count method, this you just concentrate on the table what I am saying. In step count method, so for a particular table we give these headings for any thing. So here statements means the algorithm statements we have to write, total algorithm statements. And then S by E means steps per execution. Steps per execution. That means at a time one step how much unit of time it is taking, singular steps per per execution. And frequency means how many times, based on the loop how many times it will iterate, that is the frequency or number of cycles we can say. Total, so total steps, how do we do? Steps per execution into frequency, if we do we'll get total, and total time complexity we are going to calculate. So just let's focus on this. So steps per execution. Do we have anything with these statements for execution? No. So that's why we are just writing 0. No execution, it will just read. Okay, 0. And for flower braces, any unit of time is spent? No, it is 0. And then S is equal to 0, 0.0. So this is assignment, a statement. So every statement will take 1 unit of time. Okay. And in for loop 1 to n. So at a time, for one step. So how many values it is going to take? Only one. So when I is equal to 1, only for 1 it will iterate. When it is 2, for 2 it will iterate. That means for one step, only 1 unit of time. And here also 1 unit of time. Okay, when I is 1, a of 1 it will be added. When I is 2, a of 2 it will be added. That means at one time only one execution will be done. And the return statement also it will take 1. And this parenthesis it takes 0. Okay. So steps for execution. Did you follow or you want me to repeat? Anyone? Please respond. Yes, my students. Okay. So steps for execution. So briefly again I'll tell and then move on to the next step. So algorithm it will just read. It won't take any unit of time for executing this line. So it is 0. For braces also it won't take any time. So it is 0. Assignment, since it is assignment is there and it is a statement. So it takes 1. And in for loop, at a time only one value. So 1 unit of time. And this statement also at a time 1 unit of time. So 1. And returning also, it returns at a time only 1. So 1 unit of time. So this braces it takes 0. So moving on to the next column in the table, frequency. So algorithm sum. So how many times it will read? So there is no frequency, it just reads only once. So there is no frequency concept here for this line. So we are keeping hyphen. So for flower braces also no. So how many times assignment will be done? Assignment S is equal to 0. Only once. Only once it will take. Okay, so if you take number of times, so how many times this is S is assigned to 0? Maybe if at all you want to find sum of say some 10 numbers. So before that, instead of it takes garbage values, we assign sum to 0. And then we start giving the values in the loop. And for every iteration of I, we are going to sum to the total. So this assignment will take only once. And for loop, I told you how many times? Complete for loop. For n elements, it is n. And plus 1 is for failing condition. So how many times it is going to take for loop? N plus 1. And the statement, whatever are there within the for loop, that is n times. Say suppose n is equal to 5. So this will do for a of I means 1. So a of 1 it will do. For a of 2 it will do 3, 4, 5. So that means 5 times when n is equal to 5. So similarly, when n is equal to n times in general terms, so we say n. So whatever the statements are there within the loop, it will iterate for n times. So that's why we write the frequency as n. And also this return statement, how many times it will return? So this return statement is not within the for loop, outside the for loop. So it returns only one. Once you get the final S value, so once that loop is closed, only one single statement is there. We didn't use any flower braces here. But for loop, it is only one statement. Return is outside the for loop. So it iterates only once. So that is the frequency. I'll just repeat this again. So since this is the algorithm, so there is no concept of frequency, and flower braces no concept of frequency. Assigning some value to a variable. So it is only once done. So that is the frequency 1. So for loop, n elements and plus 1 is for failing condition. So we write n plus 1. And the statements whichever are there within the loop, we say it as n. And the return statement, it takes only one as it is outside the loop. If it is inside the loop, again we also can say this is also as n. Okay, and this flower braces, there is no iterations for any flower brace. There is no concept of frequency for that. Okay. So once we do steps for execution and frequency, how do we find the total steps? So steps for execution into frequency. So 0 into nothing we consider, so that is 0. And the next one, 0 into nothing we consider, that is 0. And 1 into 1, so that is 1. And then 1 into n plus 1, that is n plus 1. 1 into n, so that is n. 1 into 1, that is 1. And 1 into nothing, so that is 0. So if you do the sum of this, so 0, 0, 1, n plus 1. So this 1 is there, so n plus 2. And then n. or else you just consider n values in this total column. So how many n's are there? 2n's. So 2n plus whatever the constants, 1, 2, 3. So 2n plus 3. So whether it is the frequency count method we take, or we take the step count method or the tabulated method, we are getting 2n plus 3 for this algorithm. So we write the same time complexity as 2n plus 3, and we represent that as order of n. We remove all the constants, numerical values, and we represent only in the polynomials. So the next class we are going to study about asymptotic notations. There you will understand what is a polynomial and why we are going for that notation and all. Okay. So moving on to the next example. So that is recursive example. So I want everyone to write down this, because the next continuation of this, since this is an image, I cannot explain here. Again, I'll take the whiteboard and I'll explain. So quickly, I'll just give you a minute of time. You take down this algorithm. Algorithm R sum, that is recursive sum a comma n, and if n is less than 0, then return 0, else return R sum of a comma n minus 1 plus a of n, and closing that.
Yes,
So space complexity is greater than or equal to 3n plus 3 if we elaborate. So how we can write the space complexity here? Order of n only. Order of n only. But here when it comes to time complexity, so this will be more easier when you tabulate it. So when you are tabulating here, so steps per execution. So as we have seen, the first one, it won't take any time. Flower braces won't take any time. So every time the condition, it will iterate for once. So this also once. So else they are taking some space. So since this is the for loop, so return and whatever is there. So that is one statement. So here it is taking 1 plus x. What is this x? X is for x or z, x. So x is for recursive function, whatever we are taking. So t r sum of n minus 1. So this I'll explain in the whiteboard again. So for now, you take this as 1 plus x. And we are going to take, if it is a recursive algorithm, in the frequency, we are going to do when n is equal to 0 and when is greater than n is greater than 0. Why? Because this is the base condition, and this is what when the algorithm will iterate for the recursive functions. Okay. So that's how we have to do. When n is equal to 0, we have to do. When n is equal to greater than, we have to do. For recursive, please remember, under frequency, base condition, and if not base condition, where it is calling the recursive functions, we have to write. Okay. So here, if n is equal to 0, so anyway, these first two statements, it won't iterate. So this is 1, this is 1. So if this is 0, so that means the base condition only it is going to call and it returns. Okay. So this is 0, and this it is not going to iterate anything. So this is for flower braces. And when n is equal to greater than 0, so greater than 0 means, so this it will check. Why we are taking 1? It will check whether that condition is true or false. If it is true, it is going to iterate, no? So the frequency, at least once it will check. Okay. So this return value, it is 0. Why, tell me? So when n is greater than 0, when it is not satisfying the base condition function, so it won't enter the loop. So that's why it is 0. When it is base condition, when it enters the loop, so this return statement, we are writing it as 1. But whereas here we are writing as 0. Why? Because when the condition is n greater than 0, so it won't enter the loop here. This return statement, when n is greater than 0, it won't enter. So that is 0. But it will check whether it is true or not. So the condition line, it is taking 1 unit of time. since it won't enter the body of that condition, since it is false, so that is 0, and this it will execute as once. Okay, so here also when we are keeping the total steps, so here also we keep when n is equal to 0, how many steps we got? 1, 2. So that is 2. Okay, and then when n is greater than 0, so here how much we are writing? So this we can write it as, this is recursive, so 1 plus x is missing here. So since this is recursive, so how we can write? So 1, 2, 2 plus x we can write. So when n is equal to 0, it is 2. So when n is greater than 0, you don't write all this theta and all, I'll tell you later. So when n is equal to 0, it is 2. But when you do the sum of this, you write here 2. And when you write the sum of this is 1 plus x. This is 1 plus x. And so here how we can write the total of this? It is 2 plus x. Okay. And x is nothing but t r sum of n minus 1. T r sum of n minus 1. Okay. So I want to explain this in detail recursively how we do that. Are you able to view the screen? Whiteboard?
No, ma'am.
Yes or no?
No,
Are you
ma'am.
able
No,
to
ma'am.
view? No?
Yes, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Now it's opening, but you tell me whether you are able to view it or not.
Ma'am, it's black, ma'am.
Yeah, blur, it will come. See, I don't want anyone to play around here. We are not here for playing. All of you keep your
Not
hands with you. I
not
see
blur,
some
ma'am. It's black.
whiteboard is not opened for you.
No.
No,
It is
ma'am.
opening slow.
Yeah, it takes time. You wait for some time. For me, it is open. Maybe since, see, some of you have started writing on the board. I don't want anyone to do that. Behave yourself. Is it visible for everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Again and again, I'm telling you, it is recorded. I can trace you out who is doing that. So please don't do and don't get into troubles. I'm telling you. Okay. So here, what we are writing, the continuation of what I was telling you there, T R sum of, so you write R sum as a suffix to T. Okay, since I cannot make all those changes here, T you write as it is, R sum as beneath that, and of N. So this function, how we are writing? So this function, yes, boys. Who is that? Don't play, I'm telling you. Don't touch the board. I can trace you out later. It is simply wasting time. I'm struggling here. Don't misbehave, ma. So T R sum of N if we write. So this we are going to write it as within the flower braces you write. So this will be equal to 2 if n is equal to 0. So that is what we have seen. Okay. And this will be,
Writing.
mute yourself now. What happening? You're not able to view?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, it is taken time, ma'am.
Okay. So I'll tell you slowly. So the continuation of what I was telling you from the table. So that is like a derivation. So I want to show it here. So T R sum of n is equal to 2. How we got this 2? Sum of all that base condition values. When n is equal to 0, that frequency we did know. So when n is equal to 0, we got 2. And when if n is greater than 0, how much we got? 2 plus T R sum of T R sum. So again we are going to call the condition. So if n greater than 0. So these are the functions. Is it visible now for everyone?
No, ma'am.
Maybe it's taking time for you to display on your systems, I think. When n is equal to 0 and when n is greater than 0, what is T R sum are you getting?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let's continue. So if this is the one, so recursive formulas are reflected to recursive relation. So you can just write the subheading as recursive. You can write down recursive formulas are reflected. Recursive formulas are reflected to recurrence relation. Recurrence. Yes, stop playing, boys. Reflected to recurrence relation. Again, I repeat after writing the statement. Recursive formulas are reflected to recurrence relations. And how do we write that recurrence relations? So we write T R sum of n is equal to plus T sum of.
Ma'am, it is not visible, ma'am.
It will come. Maybe for you it is taking time. It will come. Maybe because of net and all, whatever I am typing, it may take time. So it takes time. You, yes, ma, don't play around. Who is that? Behave yourself, no? Grown up PG students. Do I need to repeat all this?
Ma'am, the explanation and this whiteboard is not in flow, ma'am. Hello?
Maximum, I'm trying my best, ma. If you say like that, what can I do? I can
It-
tell slowly so that your
Not
network.
slowly or fastly. If you write something after 10 or 20 seconds, it is visible to us, ma'am. That is the
That's what
defect is not in flow.
Okay. So now is it visible? Now is it visible? So after I write for a few minutes, then I'll start teaching. Is that okay? Yes, boys. Who is that? Stupid. Don't you understand? All these things are recorded means irritating. I'm struggling here to explain, make you understand. You're playing there. Now is it visible for everyone? Till here, I wrote 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines here. Yes, ma, respond, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
See, still someone is playing around. I don't want this, ma. If this continues, really, I cannot teach this subject at all. She is still playing. See, if you are so intelligent, why don't you teach then? I will listen along with your friends. We are not here for playing. Why don't you understand? Still continuing, saying so many number of times. Don't play around. Behave properly. So, whatever the statement we are writing, so how we can write n minus 1? So, this n minus 1 can be written as, so this is equal to, so here just concentrate here all of you. TR sum of n means we can write 2 plus TR sum of n minus 1. So, for n elements, the recursive function is n minus 1. So, if the recursive function is n minus 1 itself, then how do we write? So, we write exactly the 2 same as it is. Again, I repeat, if it is not displaying, so you just follow. First, I'll write the entire thing and then I'll explain. Yes, ma, don't play around. You are irritating me. Yes, is it visible, ma? The last line is 2n plus 2 within brackets n greater than or equal to 0. Is it visible till there?
No,
Again,
ma'am.
someone started playing around.
Yes, ma'am.
Mute yourself, please mute yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
Till here is the
Yes,
clear.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Now it's
Yes,
visible,
boys,
ma'am.
is that? See, you are irritating me. I'm telling you, who is that boy? Stop doing my. I want to explain here. Yes. See, if this is the case, I'll just leave the topic for you. It's done. I can easily trace out since it is recorded. So just listen here, pay attention all of you. So for the recursive algorithms in a tabulated form or in frequency method, so we are going to get like this. So whenever the base condition, if the base condition is satisfying, what is the frequency count? So that is 2. If n is greater than 0, when it is calling the recursive functions, 2 plus r sum we are writing. Okay, so this is the statement. So, but since here the recursive function follows recurrence relation, so the recurrence relation have to be solved in order to get the time complexity. How we are going to write? So, TR sum of n is equal to 2 plus TR sum n minus 1. So, if you are calling the function for n, so the recurrence relation, yes boys, the recurrence relation will be calling for n minus 1. Why? Because so when when recurrence relation for n elements we are taking, it is 2 plus, and again here we won't get n. The main problem is n, so its sub problem will be n minus 1. Okay, so now TR sum of n minus 1 means, again if we substitute in this statement only, so how it will become? TR sum of n minus 1, which is equal to 2 plus TR sum of n minus 1 minus 1. So like that we get 2 plus TR sum of n minus 2. So recurrently in place of n you substitute n minus 1 and do the relation. In place of n you substitute n minus 2 and do the relation. So just keep on substituting those statements. So here again I'll just repeat this point. So T of n is this one. So when I say T of n minus 1, n minus 1 means what we have to do? So in this, in place of this, what we
Hello,
are
ma'am.
going to write? Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, this is Saurabh, ma'am. Ma'am, there is no screen, ma'am. They're not able to see screen, ma'am.
I am sharing. I didn't change any kind of things.
Ma'am, but we are not getting any screen, ma'am.
मैम इन मोबाइल we are not getting
सौरभ zoom out कर दिखता
नहीं आ रहा भाई.
Okay, for
In our
those are
phone, we are
getting,
not
you
able
just
to see, ma'am.
phone you are not able to see. Then how, ma? This I cannot tell it orally. The first statements you are able to see. The first statements which I wrote in bold, are you able to see?
No, ma'am.
First one, my initial things, what I wrote in the text box with bold values. That also you're not able to see.
No, it's not showing anything, ma'am.
Okay, so this I'll again do it on a paper, or I'll see if I can do it in some other way. So the recurrence relation will follow these things, and so for those are able to see in the mobile, not mobile, those are able to view the screen, you just follow the things. So others, you don't worry, again I'll explain in the next class, this one. So the recurrence relation you keep on substituting in place of n minus 1, n minus 2 and so on. So this will be iterated until the base condition is reached, until it becomes 0. So in that case, what will happen? N into 2 plus whatever may be the base condition value. So that's how we get 2n plus 2. Okay. So that is how for the recurrence relation, how we do the space complexities. So these are the topics I just wanted to cover in this